Hello and welcome back. Let's go to Phoenix Gate. See, I would make a joke about like, let's go do the DLC, but you actually can't do the DLC until right before the final quest in the game. So we will be doing the DLC most likely before all the other side quests are at the end.
I didn't realize they were this close.
No wonder their crops are failing. The blight is leaching the ether from the soil. And when the last drop is drained, their fields will turn to this. No plants, no animals, no life.
And no monsters. I suppose that's one small mercy.
Can't use any magic. Not even icon abilities. This is the DLC, by the way. I don't want to accidentally trigger a goblin fight, so I'm going to leave.
We won't be able to use any magic here.
Another thing to worry about. As if the absence of ether didn't cause enough problems.
I don't
Take
think
away
there's
the lad's
enemies.
life force, and problems are all that's left.
But look at how dead everything is. Looks like a forest fire.
I can hardly imagine what this place used to look like before the blight took it.
I remember. It was beautiful.
You know, one thing I was thinking of, like, I can't remember 1 through 3, but 4 through 6, Final Fantasy 4 through 6, and even 7, so all those earlier games have sections where you climb a mountain climbing part. That's like, honestly feels like the closest you really get to a mountain dungeon in this game.
There it is. Phoenix Gate. Where it all went wrong.
Come on, Clive. It's time to discover the truth.
Well, will we like the truth, though? That's the real question. Phoenix Gate. We've been here before. And back then, when we were first here... I couldn't zoom in. Zoom in. When we were last here, we could barely see any of the world map, and look at this. Look at it now. Look how much we can see. Look how big the world has grown since then. Like, the world's, like, actually, like, grown in size. Like, it's like a life form. Oddly enough, it's actually, in Lord the opposite. It's shrunk because of the blight.
It's almost as if time had stood still.
I suppose no one had any cause to return here. No. It's just as I left it. Let's have a look around.
Alrighty. It's hard to believe how long it's actually been.
Could anyone?
Since we were last here. Like, for an actual idea, it's only been about 3 hours, I guess. Like what? This is episode 17. It's a majority of that. It's been about 4 hours. I don't think that timer's actually updated, because I refuse to believe Yeah, they can't have. It actually cannot be updated. But it's only been about 8 hours since we've been at Phoenix Gate. I mean, that's a day's worth of work. But could be longer.
What is it, Torgal? Clive.
That's him.
Let's go get our dominant fire.
What happened? I have to know.
Where's he gone? And we're going deep in the Phoenix Gate.
Where is he?
Nowhere to be seen.
Damn it! He's like a bloody eel.
What is this place, anyway? Some sort of shrine?
Oh, sorry. You've never been here before.
This is the Hall of the Gate.
The gate?
It's a relic of the Fallen. Only the Phoenix's dominant can open it.
Hence the castle's name. This was where Joshua was supposed to...
Oh, bro's
Yes.
being edgy.
He would have stepped through this door the next morning and listened to the words of our ancestors.
Would you have gone with him?
No. The apodatory is holy ground. None but the dominant may enter. I and the other shields would have stood guard here and prayed for my brother's safe return. Where the hell did he go?
Perhaps he went inside.
He couldn't have.
He'd need the power of the Phoenix. Thank you, Joshua.
Are you sure about this?
Nevermore.
All right. What awaits us in this place?
Another gate. Let's see if this one opens.
Very different looking than our previous dungeon. I mean, to be fair, our previous dungeon is like the waterfall area spot, or like previous dungeon-y
This
dungeon.
place really be a fallen ruin.
You could hardly call it a ruin. It's perfect. Like it was built yesterday.
I told you, I want a prequel on the
Never seen
Fallen.
anything like this. Jill?
What do we do?
The usual.
See, one of the things I absolutely love about this game is, especially after like being so intimate with 7, is the Final Fantasy game I played more than any. Going from pretty much a sci-fi-ish world to so many worlds where just a pure like medieval world was so fun and felt so different. But then you also have that a lot more straight medieval world juxtaposed with this extremely complex and fascinating ancient society. And we know almost nothing about them too.
More trouble.
And I do think that I can talk about it a little bit more now that we're actually in here. This isn't going to be the conversation every dungeon, I promise. I'm not going to talk about Fallen prequel every dungeon. But like, especially now that we're actually like seeing kind of the inside of just how truly giant these ruins are, I can't help but think that it would be such a taking the coolest parts of this world, Icons, Dominus, Mother Crystal, and combining with some of the more sci-fi-ish techie elements of something like 7, it sounds like right up my alley. But if I had to choose between that and 15-2, I honestly do
How
think
can these things
I'd
still
pick
function?
15-2.
How can any of this? This must be what the fallen ruins were like before they fell.
I don't want to talk too much about 15 yet, because I could do like a whole like videos talking about 15. But I think a lot of my issues with 15 would be fixed by bringing back the canceled DLC as like a 15-2. So I will not give up hope on a 15-2, especially as we get pretty close to its 10th anniversary. I mean, I don't expect anything. I'd love something. I just realized these enemies have actually hit me. I'm kind of offended, actually. Oh no, me being offended is like bringing back the cockiness. See, and the cool thing with like weaker enemies is you can just bring them to you, but also with Phoenix you can just shift to them, so I don't know. I like Garuda, but Garuda's definitely not the most. Garuda's very much an asset icon, and I tend to like my strong boy icons. I like kind of shoving through things. I like shoving. Is there a cutscene after this door? I don't want to talk in case there is. That's just a fight. I like how there's a lot of chests here.
Looks like it can take a beating.
Then let's give it one.
I will say, I hope you like these aesthetics, because we'll be back there a couple more times. The first DLC, because there's 2 DLCs, is essentially just this dungeon, except bigger. The first DLC was kind of okay. I'll give my opinion more in the first DLC when we actually play it. It's just in my mind, because we're like right by where you enter it, and this is the kind of stuff that's in it. It has a really fun final boss. But overall, nothing too amazing in the first DLC. I did enjoy the second DLC a lot. Sorry, I just had to read a text on my phone. Don't you like love when you're gonna get someone a gift, but then you wait and buy it for them? Like when you go, not wait to buy, when you go to buy it initially, it's like gone, out of stock, so you wait, and then right when you like need to order a gift, it's like no longer is available at all, and you're just like, okay, I'll buy something else. Well, my mom's birthday was yesterday, and literally yesterday morning was my final like, okay, let me check to see if I can get her what I want to get her. Not available to sell her. My mom just checked now. I just got a text. It's available now. And it's like, oh, come on. Seriously?
Does any of this
Seriously?
make sense to you?
None. Let's find the hooded man and leave.
The universe was spiting me. I feel like Clive Rosfeld. The self-loathing and anger I feel. I did this. I don't know why I did this, but I did this. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm gonna quickly. All right. That's upsetting. That's upsetting. It was a Vincent van Gogh book. I'm not much of one for paintings. You see all these fire enemies? Let's use fire and get no penalties. Anyways, I'm not much of a big fan of painting. Like, I think the Mona Lisa is an ugly piece of trash. But Van Gogh, maybe I'm biased because he has a really good Doctor Who episode with him in it. But I love his art, genuinely. I actually have a poster of like the TARDIS blowing up Van Gogh thing from Doctor Who. Because it's such a banger. Because I just love that style. But, yeah. Nah, my mom didn't get that for her birthday because I couldn't get it for her on her birthday. Little did I know, I just need to wait one singular day. That's crazy.
Would Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too?
No. At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
Yeah, it makes sense why Clive's getting such a cold welcome. Although I won't talk about that all now because I don't want to develop.
Here we go again. Where will we end up this time?
Surrounded by contraptions hell-bent on murdering us, I expect.
I want to pet Torgal. Let me pet Torgal,
Could
dang it.
man really have taken this path?
We won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
Anyways, I talked a little bit about movies, TV shows, and games. I actually, there are two major art forms I didn't talk about. Because they're not the future of entertainment and storytelling. One of them is never gonna die, I don't think. And that one is Theater. Theater is just, it's different. It's different enough than something like film. I definitely think it's not the future of storytelling. I love it. I've done theater all my life. So I'm not some anti-theater schmuck. I'm a pro-theater schmuck. But it's not really the future of storytelling because theater is, the best part about theater is that it's live. That is the strongest part about it in a post-movie world, because ultimately, to say that a movie is just a film play is a misnomer. Not misnomer, that's not the right word. And that wouldn't be true, because ultimately film is so much more. Film does what stage shows can't do, which is essentially you get a third degree of access. In plays, you really only, just because the existence of the audience, you really only get X and Y coordinates to really be able to show action. But film gives you a movable camera. You can change where the audience is looking from, which is something that just film can't do. You have things like editing that completely change how you can perceive action in film that you don't have in theater. So saying that a film is just a digital version, not digital, but just comparing theater and film, I think is a lot harder. I think it's a lot more, it's not like a TV versus film comparison where a lot of the same techniques and tricks are used in both. I'd say comparing theater and films is more like comparing film and video games, actually. Which way am I going? I think I'm going that way, yeah. I love theater, but it's not the future of storytelling. And then there's books. I love reading. I rarely read because I don't make the time for it, though, between things like watching movies, playing games, and editing videos, and short films, featurettes. I don't really make the time to read. I say this as I plan on reading the Final Fantasy XV book. That's essentially just a canceled DLC that should be turned into 15 too. Yeah, that's how we got to talking about books. Final Fantasy XV. Final Fantasy's taken over my life since I first played this game. I spent so much of my post being... It's taken over my life like Fire Emblem did. What used to be me playing Fire Emblem non-stop has kind of turned into me playing Final Fantasy non-stop. The real question is, once I play all the Final Fantasy games for the first time, will I still play Final Fantasy non-stop, or will I go back to my Fire Emblem-ing roots? I do intend to finally play Pokemon though, so that's another thing I intend to do. There, I was gonna, like, I was gonna Phoenix Shift, then bring the enemy closer, but I didn't really need to. And that should be it, right? Cool, let's get that chest. So yeah, everything in my life is Final Fantasy 15. Not Final Fantasy 15, just Final Fantasy in general. See, I like when they have chests, because it means like, oh, I know that this is the door I'm going to go through. Although also the door you go through has a little bit more glowiness, so it really isn't that hard. I'm just, sometimes I'm dense. Again, things like chests you kind of need to get while you're here, because you really can't go back here easily. But also at the same time, as, like, there's no real things worth missing in chests.
I don't like this.
I forgot about this fight. It looks like one of the armor guys from Zelda. Dark Knights.
Seems the feeling's mutual.
To be fair though, I actually haven't played a Zelda game with Dark Knights. I've only played Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Age of Calamity. Oh, Iron Giant! This is like one of the demons in 15. I hate you. You're like level 30 demon. My level 20 ass is gonna kick your butt. I say as he's attacked me twice now. How bad can it possibly go? You know, I really just don't get the Deadly Embrace the topple. I really don't, because I would have thought that I was... It's like his will gauge is about to go down. So like, isn't this like when I'm supposed to be able to like do that and like topple him? I just don't... Is it like a chance-based thing? Maybe I need to upgrade it and then it'll do better? I don't know. I just know that me trying to do it has gotten my ass beaten in. See, 1.3. Really easy. Gonna get a ton of that damage. Gonna get this. I actually should have done that one first, because that would have gotten this thing out faster. But that's okay. That's okay. It's funny, my Zelda experience, because my 3DS is actually just the. Oh, so you don't want, you need to attack him so that you can't. You have to like attack him so he doesn't like do a powerful attack. See, like that. How much time do I have left? How much time do I have left? I don't think I have a lot of time. I think I need to get him right now. I think I'm about to get fricked. Okay.
This is our chance.
Okay, I'm not completely fricked. Okay. I thought I was about to get fricked. I think the only time I've lost to that, I want to say, is with Leviathan, and it kicked my damn ass. Anyways, it's funny. My 3DS XL is actually the link between World 1. I own the game, the team with the 3DS, but I haven't really played it, because when I first got my 3DS, I wasn't into that type of game, and more recently, I tried, plus, it was in the past summer, when I wasn't doing my play all Final Fantasies quest. I went into it instead of going out of it. That's crazy. I tried playing Link to the Past, and I just could not get into it. I just did not enjoy it, and I feel bad to say that, but I did not have fun with that game. You know, I could use things like a Stone Skin Tonic to make it so that I have higher defense. I should really start playing the game properly. Maybe then I'll be able to trash talk it again, if I actually just played it well, instead of being bad at gaming like I am. I guess I'm just bad. How bad can I be? I'm just losing what comes naturally. That wasn't good. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried, just not hard enough.
It's done.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
I guess you could say we're really moving up in the world.
They're probably asking themselves the same thing. We're the ones trespassing here. They're just protecting their home.
I know, I'm not funny. Let me imagine. You don't know how tempting it was to sing Imagine by John Lennon.
Jill, look.
Ooh, we got the big boy room! The big boy room! And,
Is that some kind of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
And once I get the chest and all these items, I'll end with the chest. Once I get those, that's actually gonna be a good place to end off for now. I actually have to go to work, otherwise I would actually let this be a little bit of a longer video. But this is a good, natural ending place for little old Alex here, who needs to go to work. I know, it's sad, but I gotta pay off the capture card and all that, and yeah, this is it. Is there a good view? I don't know. Maybe this will be what the next video starts at, view-wise. I see an item down there, so we'll have to get that next time. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.